Ah, yes. To seal or not to seal, that is the question. The questions come up about using pruning sealers. Again, it comes up periodically. I used to hear it, I think, a lot more when I worked in the nursery. But it's a matter of opinion as to whether you would or would not use a sealer. I will use them sometimes, but almost never. Most plants, and particularly conifer evergreens and junipers and things like this, they produce their own sealers. All right, they have ways of stopping off the flow of sap. The same goes with non-coniferous plants. The wounds will generally just dry, callus, and then they compartmentalize. That is, that the cambium around all sides will grow over the wound and grow it into the structure of the tree. Now, the wood does not bleed. Okay. Okay. Anybody who pruned their grapes too late in the year or their kiwis too late in the year, okay, they're going, "Oh, Bill, you don't know anything, do you?" Yeah. There are some vines, kiwi and grape particularly, when pruned too late in the season, as sap begins to run upward, that they will squirt everywhere. Well, a sealer won't help you. Okay, you just let them squirt. The same goes for maples. Yeah, maples pruned late in the season. There's even a myth out there that this kills the maples if you prune them late in the year. It's not really true. Otherwise, we wouldn't have maple syrup. Yeah, that's basically running sap out of a maple tree late in the season. But anyway, you can't staunch the flow of sap anyhow with a sealer. That doesn't happen. Now, the main reason I don't like to use a sealer is because the vast majority of them for sale on the market are asphaltic, meaning that they have some sort of bitumen or asphalt in the compound, and so they're rather durable. They're tar-like. They're water-based emulsion usually of asphalt, but well, anyway, it's like road tar in a way. I mean, it's pretty durable. It's plastic-like once it sets up and dries on the tree. Now, let's say you make a cut in a tree and you cut a limb off that was maybe about, say, so big, and then you put a sealer over the end of it. Well, sealer dries, and in time, the cambium or the bark begins to grow back over that wounded area. And as it grows over, usually, if it's good, it grows from all directions evenly, right? And it may eventually make a little scar. It looks like a navel. It can lift the asphalt. The asphalt is very solid stuff, very durable, and it's possible as the tree grows that asphaltic sealer can be pulled away from the tree. Now, if that happens, everything backfires on you. Your sealer becomes a plastic bag and a fish pond to catch water every time it rains and hold it right there against the wound. This is real. I've seen it. All right, and it's the reason I don't like sealers. I'm typically moving too fast, and I don't like the mess anyway to have to do with sealers, and I don't like to get it on me while I'm working or anything like that. So, I just keep cutting, and I have not seen any negative results because of that. Now, again, I had mentioned about sap flowing. There's another thing with roses. Now, roses are a little bit different because when we prune the roses, we open up the center of the cane and there's pith in there, soft material you could rod out like with a wire. Well, later on in the season, as the insects come about, the rose cane borer likes to make entry right in that spot. And so Elmer's glue is traditional, but any sort of a sealer that will make it so that this insect cannot make an entry at that point will solve some of your insect problems in your roses. So now here's a reason why you might use a sealer. All right, specifically, cover the pithy area on the rose after you've cut it. Another reason, and that is, sometimes trees will experience extreme damage. Automobile strike, lightning strikes, severe frost. I've dealt with that in California. We had a 89, 90 freeze. It was a mother. Whoa. You could skate on the north sides of the buildings in the irrigation water for a week at least. All I know is it was cold for California. And a lemon tree in my backyard froze badly. It didn't kill the tree. The tree was still alive. But the freeze really scarred and damaged it. And on some of the main limbs, the underside of the limbs didn't freeze, but the top side did. Now, there was a lot of material there, and I really would try to salvage this, okay, even though it had been frost damaged, because it was cutting away a lot of the tree. Just a whole lot of the lighter wood in the tree was just plain dead. And so went in and I pruned away everything that I could obviously see was dead, except for some large dead patches on main branches and places like that. Well, I could see that it was going to take years for that tree to compartmentalize over that damage. I have no idea exactly how long, but it was going to be quite a while. And so I decided that the wood would be better off if it was waterproofed, and that it was the upper side too. That's where the rain would hit. And there's a variety of different things a person could probably try to use, but what I chose for this job was an aerosol sealer. It was asphaltic based, but it was aerosol, so it came out like spray paint. And so I just gave it a light coat. Now, it was too thin to ever lift, so the tree would grow over, compartmentalize over this asphalt, and I figured it would keep it from rotting away. Unfortunately, I moved away before I had the chance to go through a lot of follow-through with this, but that seemed to be a logical approach where sealer would be valuable when you've got, a car hit the tree, ripped away 1/3 of the bark, and it's going to take 10 years, for the tree to grow a seam there. Keeping the wood protected with something so that it doesn't begin to decompose and mushrooms don't move in on it is, I would say, advisable. At least it seems smart to me. But when it comes to, going in and pruning your citrus a little, or you're pruning whatever shrubs and plants, your berries that you have around the yard, I would say no. Sealers are not necessary, and in fact, I don't think they're advisable. But matter of opinion. Hang loose, folks. Aloha.